Agnès Oblige, servant and vessel to the Crystal of Wind.
Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. You know, usual intro. We're continuing our series of Bravely unboxings. I say series, we did the 10th anniversary set and that was kind of it. So I don't know if I could really call it a series, but we're carrying on with more Bravely content. Looking at this adorable Agnès Oblige Pop-Up Parade from Bravely Default Flying Fairy. And look at her, she's absolutely adorable. This arrived yesterday. I have not had an opportunity to take her out of the box as of yet. So we're going to pop that open. I never did one for the Tiz figure from the same line. So we're going to have a quick look at Tiz and his box, because they come with different backgrounds that are fitting to the characters and very reminiscent of their official art. Which is also seen on the back of the boxes. So we'll just start with... There's a bit of flavor text there. You can pause the video if you want to read it. And then we have the figure here. So I really appreciate that they really went with the chibi in-game character models for this figure line. Because we know there was an attempt, shall we say, at doing one closer to the official art some number of years ago. You know, and... I call it the Demon, and well, you know, it was an attempt. Attempts were made, so and that might be the politest thing I can say about it. But you get a really nice shot of the face and the hair sculpt through this window. As you can see, the rest of her is currently wrapped in plastic. She's got a white base by the looks of things. Interesting choice, considering Tiz's base was green. And I found that odd at the time, because green is, like, it's the color of the wind crystal, and she's the wind vestal. So, yeah, I don't know, like, that might be intentional. Like, will Idia get a blue base rather than a red one? You know, because I figure each of these bases is going to correspond to a crystal, right? So, but I can't see Ring-a-Bell getting... Ring-a-Bell could probably see himself associated to the fire crystal, you know, because he's got that passionate burning heart. But I also wouldn't be surprised if they just gave him a blue base to go with his costume. And that might be all this is. This just could be matching to their costumes. So, from this side shot of the box, nothing crazy. You've got the Squeenix logo there. The back of the box then is the aforementioned official art. And then you've got the crystal image behind. And then you've got your legal Flumbum Gumbum. The other side of the box then is just the Pop-Up Parade logo. And because of the textures of the plastic inside the plastic, you don't really get a clear shot of the figure from the side. So, moving it up top, you get a clear enough view of her headband, and that is kind of it. So, let me just jump here and I'll do a quick overview of the Tiz box. Tiz will be the featuring, you know, this video is starring Agnès, but it's going to be featuring Tiz. So we'll just do a quick overview of Tiz's box, because I still have it here. Cool, so Tiz's box here, you know, obviously he's out of it at this stage, but the packaging is exactly the same. You've got the flavor text here about Pop-Up Parade, you've got Tiz's name. Through the case, you can probably see the Norende Chasm. We'll be taking a better look at that in a moment when we're showing off the innards of Agnès's display. Then again, Squeenix logo, legal fluff, official art of Tiz, again on the backdrop of the Nerende Chasm. And yes, Nerende's Depravity Cavity. And that's kind of it. So let's get Agnès out of her box and have a look at the figure up close. Okay, and here she is, out of the box in all her glory. No, Gloria was the Agnès of Bravely Default 2. Very similar attires as well. They knew what they were doing. But this is just, it's super cute. I really do love it. I think like they captured her expression very well. She's got her pendant there on full view. She really does look like her character model just stepped out of the game. We have her hair, which is sculpted quite well. Yeah, like it's not movable, it's not posable in any way, so there's not really a whole lot I can sort of she has these little they gave her little bauble. Oh, so they gave her the little baubles on her bootsies, and then you can see she's got the pegs. And yes, for those who are so inclined, you can see she's showing off quite a bit of leg. That is because they gave her panties. Like, they gave her just a full-on, like, you could, like, they didn't just give her panties, they also gave her a lower back. Like, you could print something in there, give her a little stamp, you know? It's quite absurd. It is quite absurd. I showed this to Meg before I picked the recording back up, and Meg was just like, that is so inaccurate, you know she would be wearing bloomers. I was like, I agree. I don't see Agnès Oblige as a white briefs kind of girl. You know, gotta protect the modesty at all costs. And as heavy as this dress probably is, especially with this, you know, this fur rim on the bottom, it is still susceptible to the elements. I can't see her being a panty shop person. Or allowing for that to happen. That would be, oh, how does she put it? Unacceptable. So, yeah. Anyway, her stand is just this clear, crystal clear. You might say they were trying to go for, but it has obviously got this sort of fogging to it. But that is her stand. It is just clear. So we'll pop her on. So on she goes. And that is it. That is Agnès. Absolutely adorable. Also, just a better look at the headband there. It's actually embossed. That design isn't just printed on. It doesn't look cheap. It actually looks sculpted. It's got some, you know, extra textures to it. And yeah, so that is Agnès. So I mentioned the backdrop for the box that she came in. But I also let me get this out of the way. I also mentioned we'll take a look at Tiz. So here is the Tiz one, and they look fabulous next to each other like that. They really do. They look so cute. Just get a photo of that. Brilliant. So Tiz, you know, again, they really captured his expression well. His hair looks just very fun. We've got the printing on his sleeves there. And that carries over to the other sleeve. He's got his little belly, which I think might just be from his shirt, you know, being fluffy, but makes him look like he has a belly, which is adorable for the character model. But but it's clearly the shirt, because you can see like they even added the creases to the shirt, which is a really cool attention to detail. Kind of something I wish the Agnès one had, was just a bit more creasing in the fabric, but they really did well with like sort of making this rib here look as furry as they can within the limitations of like the plastic that's used and not making the model posable. Tiz also has his little flask, which is just really fun. You can see the details in the belt buckle, and then he's got his little adventurer sash, and then the one on the back as well, and there's the back of his head, with again just his hair swooshing over to one side like the anime protagonist that he is. And then yeah, just a green base. So overall, I'm super happy with how like these are turning out so far. Idea is next. She is next month, and then Ring a Bell follows in August. So I really can't wait to see like the 4 of them together, because Bravely never got merch in its original run. Like it's kind of sad that it kind of took this 10-year anniversary before we got anything like this. And it's just super weird as well, because, you know, for Bravely Second, they did and I've done a video unboxing it before, like they gave us a statue of Magnolia Arch, and it's like it's a proper like 1/8 or one. Yeah, it's a proper 1/8 scale statue. Like it's not chibi. It's not like, it's based on the character art, or you know, similar to sort of these ones on the folding screen here. Yeah, so as much as this, as happy as I am with these, and when I'm talking about Bravely merch, it's not like Agnès hasn't received merchandise before. So I'm going to set Tiz aside for a moment. Thank you for your time, Mr. Arrior. We will be featuring you one more time before the end of the video. Thank you for your time. With the Bravely Second Collector's Edition, we got this. A minifig of Pope Agnès Oblige. And this is really the only figure we have that can really compare to the Pop-Up Parade, because it's almost in that style, right? It just looks like, you know, don't talk to me or my son ever again, or daughter in this case, or other self. I don't know. You know the meme I mean. You know, this is kind of the closest one. Like it's just as pale as I've never realized how pale these figures actually are. But just in terms of scope, like Agnès, the new Pop-Up Parade Agnès is a very, it's about what, maybe 2-3 times the size of this, 2.5 times the size of this one, but they've still, you know, they're still at least in line aesthetically, where the Magnolia Arch one was more in line with full grown-up concept art Magnolia. But so it's not like Agnès has never gotten statues before. I mean, this is the one from the Bravely Second Collector's Edition. This is the one again, the one that we've just opened up. So it's good to see how, you know, they've kept the same idea. And again, she's like twice and a half times the size of this one. But there was also the statue from the Bravely Default Collector's Edition. You know, but you know, that thing was a demon, and you know, we should never speak of it because it's absolutely horrible, and you know, should be cast into the fires of hell for all eternity. Ah! Ah! When did you get here? Fine, I guess we'll talk about it because it wouldn't be right we'll address the shoe puff in the room. Wait, that's Final Fantasy X. It's Square adjacent, it's all the same. This is the Agnès statue that came with the Bravely Default Collector's Edition all the way back in 2012. And time has not been kind to my opinions of it, nor its presentation. It has always looked like this. The weathering on the shoulders, just everything looking very off-color. Right down to the boots. The best part of this is the rock she's standing on. You know, I really would have liked something like that for modern Agnès, but look, I get why they didn't do it. You want the characters to all match aesthetically, but it's like, look at the face. Like, I mean, this is meant to be based on the official concept art, and like one of her eye, like you could almost argue like the right side of her face looks fine, but then her left eye is just so far apart, like, and it's also shifted upwards. Like, what happened to the paint job on this? Look at it. It's terrifying. Also, you're losing the details on the headband. Not sure why they didn't carry over. But yeah, this thing is a nightmare. And even the fur trim on her dress looks a bit more rocky than it should. It screams cheap. Right, it screams cheap. This thing is degenerate. And like, for them to turn around and go from this, to this little cutie, and then to the Magnolia statue, which was quarter scale based on the official artwork, not the in-game model. And now we've sort of come full circle with this modern take on Agnès. So, yeah, like, look, I get what they were going for here. We showed off the artwork earlier on in the video. This is what they were going for. As you can tell, they did not fucking succeed in the slightest. Look at this. This is why I call it the demon. This is why it has lived in a box as long as I have had it, because I feel bad for it. Like, I feel bad for it. It's just unsettling. And not in a creepy, totally done on purpose kind of way. Again, it just reeks of Square being cheap when they were pushing this out. And because maybe they didn't think Bravely would sell on its own merits in the West. Because Japan never got this statue, as far as I'm aware. This was like a Western release only. So maybe they just felt they had to include it. Like, if you're going like from the rock up, like, the body proportions look fine themselves. But then everything falls apart, like, once you get above the shoulders. And then when you sort of, again, take a step back and look at it properly, the colorations, just the feel of the resin that was used, everything is just... it's just meh. It's just meh. So... This is like, it's a collector's piece. I don't know who's quite looking for, I don't know who's in the market for this statue, but it is a collector's piece, and I'm happy to have it because it is Bravely merch. But yeah, she's going back in the box after this. I feel like she's almost like Bart's evil twin that lives in the attic, because like, even like, if I just bring the camera down like to just below her eyes, at first glance it's not so bad. It's only really when you take a second look at everything, and then especially when compared to the official artwork, it's just, Square, you can do better. I know you can. I know you can do better. I've seen you do better. Bravely Default Play Arts Kai, based on like the official arts, like the grown up looking characters as opposed to the chibis. Yeah, that's what I want. That's what I deserve. Make it up to me, Square. Alright, alright. So, let me put the pop-up figures against their backdrops here, and that's where we'll finish. Actually, you know what? Just curiosity before this one goes back in the box. Yeah. You know what? So you could you can see what they were going for, but it just doesn't work. It's just meh. Like, I even think her finger here is like super long. You know, like, the sculpt is just, it feels like they just stuck it in a 3D printer and hoped for the best, you know? Anyway, let's line Tiz and Agnès up in their displays, and then we'll wrap up. And there we have it, our two warriors of light against their backdrops. I'm super happy with these. I know I went on a bit of a rant there a minute ago regarding the demon statue, but these are just adorable. They're gonna look super cute on the shelf. I don't know if I'm going to, like, obviously I'm holding on to the boxes, but I don't know if they'll be displayed against their backgrounds. I don't really have room for that, and the box doesn't really, there's no like corrugated edge here to make that happen. You know, the box doesn't just disassemble that easily, so I don't want to have to destroy the box for the aesthetic. You know, I'd rather just, you know, maybe every time we get one of these, we pop them out and we put them against their backdrop and we line them up and, you know, go, oh, ain't that cute? Something like that. But that is where we finish up for now. So thank you all for watching. Did you pick one of these up? Are you getting them from the Western Square Enix store? I know these are coming out a bit later over there. I got mine from Ami Ami. I have Idia and Ring-a-Bell pre-ordered through them as well, and I'm really looking forward to just having the four Warriors of Light together. So that's where we're going to finish up. And thank you all for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. I'm trying to get this channel off the ground, get a bit of momentum going. So let me know down below, did you pick up Agnès? Did you pick up Tiz? I know a lot of people were, when these were being announced, were just like, give me Idia now! So I imagine that one's going to be the popular one. God knows it was when I was trying to collect the manga. I couldn't find issue 3 for the life of me because everyone bought up the Idia cover. So look, much love to you all. Thanks for watching, and see you for the next one of these when Idia joins the team. So I'm looking forward to Ring-a-Bell myself. Have you seen the Ring-a-Bell one? It's very handsome. So, bye for now, and yeah, I got nothing left. Bye.